So today we're gonna go pick up our drying hangers. So we got Jason in the car.
Hey everybody.
And the kids. So, wait, there's Selah. So we're gonna go pick up my dryers. They're at my dad's store and my parents' store. And that's where we hang them. So we're gonna bring them home. All right, here we've got more hangers. We've got 2 in our basement. So we're gonna choose which ones we're bringing. We're only gonna bring a few at a time, get them cleaned out, and then bring more home. All right, I gotta decide which ones are the most important to bring home to start kind of making sure that they get bundled up. Hey, Dad.
Hey Wayne. How you doing?
You bringing more eggs in here?
No. Got enough.
Enough.
For now, I gotta collect them yet today.
You've got a lucky winner.
What the heck?
One thing I didn't think about was how I was gonna get these out of here.
Got the next winner?
I think you'll have to get this one or maybe Dad. Thank you.
There you go.
All right, sweetgrass. So this is my herb room. This is where I tinker and create things. We created this space because our kitchen was becoming so messy and unorganized.
From you.
From me, of course it wasn't the kids, never.
Maybe a little bit of Selah.
Selah. It probably was Selah, right? Yeah. Nice.
Making a nice little wall here.
I can smell it.
Yeah. Great.
The strongest one is that anise high sop.
Yeah, the black licorice smell.
Yep.
Alrighty. Look at that.
That looks awesome.
Yeah, it makes like a nice little enclosure barrier here.
Yep, from the mess. So when we created this space, we actually had all of this stuff in our basement, sadly.
Yeah.
So the only thing we had to really buy for
What's
this...
going on down here, huh? Find this stashed away in the wastebasket?
Hey, that's for, you know,
This
sprays.
Just kidding.
There's different kind of fun going on down here, but it's definitely not that kind of fun. But we just bought the shelves down here. These were from IKEA, which were super affordable, and they're super sturdy, so that those are really nice. They can
Easy to put together. Most people think IKEA is hard. These were easy.
easy. Yep. And then the other thing we had to buy was this pegboard here, and we bought the accessories for it, which was also very affordable. So we did 2 pegboards side by side, so that way it would be more extended to utilize the space that we had to store the things that I need. Jason's holding one of my little infused oils right now. Yep, so I already started making that video. That'll come later, but this has to sit in there for 3 to 4 weeks. So we're at around week 2. We're going on week 3, so we're almost there. She's getting so big, isn't she, Lana?
She's got her winter coat.
We've got our homemade sprays, our pure plant sprays over here, which are being carried at a local store.
It's one of her favorites, and mine too.
Yep, rosemary. It's shockingly amazing because everyone just thinks of rosemary as like that, you know, holiday ingredient, but it smells so earthy and good.
Oh, it transforms the space.
Yeah, well, so those weren't supposed to be sprayed.
I know.
You can't put that back there though, because once you spray it, it's officially open, and then you get moisture inside the cap. Otherwise, I can't sell that.
Okay, so we'll put this one over here.
I accept Venmo, just so you know.
Yeah, that's right.
No, you owe me.
Okay. Other people can buy it too.
You owe the Lawrence Garden Farm account.
And
Yep, so those are some infused oils Jason just found. Those were actually infused for 8 weeks. So we have a cinnamon and a white sage oil, and the white sage oil was actually double infused. So it holds all of the medicinal properties from those plants, and that's what we're going to kind of do next. So I was kind of just playing around over the winter.
Yeah.
So what we're kind of doing with our herbs this year too is we're just playing around for ourselves. I'd really like to try and get a lot of the products that we use on our bodies to be able to be homemade from our garden. So that's kind of like what I'm going to play around with. So starting off with the sprays, you know, we just kind of created that for ourselves because I love scent. So it's really cool because you can use that even in like your homemade cleaners too, just to, you know, amp up the smell and the scent so that way your house smells really good. And that's just kind of the fun adventure we're on this year. So I'm just going to play around, do more infused oils, do some tinctures. We're going to make some different types of salves and lotions and soaps, and just kind of have fun with it this year and experiment and share it along the way. So now we're going to start storing these in enclosed containers so that way they can last for longer. Now that they're completely dry, they can be in an enclosed container. We love making bundles. As you can tell, we've got some really beautiful ones with flowers, and there's multiple herbs in there. We like burning them, but we also like cutting from them for teas or making other items. We'll be using some of our bundles for when we make soaps. So that way you just cut right from the combination that we put together for the scent. And that was kind of like one of our goals too, was to create bundles for multiple purposes. And then we've got a lot of lemongrass down in here. So as you can see here, these ones are really cool. We've got like rosemary, snapdragons, lemongrass, mugwort. So all kinds of really awesome herbs within this bundle. And they smell so good. They're just pretty to even just put out for even decoration. Like there's so many uses for your little herb bundles, and it's kind of cool because it's like, I still have my garden from last year. You know, we're in winter right now because we're in Wisconsin and it's gloomy. We've had like gloomy weather for like 2 weeks, but you know, this just makes me feel closer to everything. And you like the smell of it, Lana?
Yeah. Smells like apple chips.
Apple chips? Must be the lemongrass and the snaps together.
Right?
Yeah, a little bit. Maybe that's like the sweetness of the snaps.
There's a little basil in there too.
Yep, basil. Oh, it is good. It, like you said too, it brings back like the memory of just like being in the garden.
He has to smell every little bit of it.
These things are like a good 14 inches too.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah.
So over here, we actually have a lot of our milkweed seeds. So this is the common milkweed, and we kept all the pods so that way we can start some in the greenhouse, but also just add some into our soil around the property. I keep adding more, and they do pop up as long as they're under the soil, and we keep them in like an area that stays more moist within the soil. Otherwise, if it dries out, it's obviously not going to germinate with anything. It always needs water. Fuzzy, what are you doing?
You're crazy.
Ooh, she's crazy. You're wild. There she
Oh,
goes. So there's some sweetgrass up top. We've got some lavender in here. You can see it in there. Some more lemongrass. Lemongrass is our most popular spray.
So that's what that'll be used for.
And then down here I have my little, the pumpkin on the stick eggplant. So I just let them sit and let them naturally just dry out as is. And then the seeds are available on the inside. And that's what we use to continuously seed our pumpkin on a stick every single year. So pretty simple, you guys. All right, so inside too, I kept just small little pieces of paper so I knew what certain things were too, in case, you know, like when things dry, sometimes they kind of look the same as the next guy. So this is the lemon basil, which is one of our absolute favorites in the garden. It smells just as good as the lemongrass, just with a little bit more of a basil smell to it, but it's so fragrant and amazing. So I'm looking forward to using this in some fun stuff as well. All right. This one here, I think this is the anise. Nope, this one's the cinnamon basil. I think that's one of the ones we're smelling too, really strong.
Yeah, that is potent.
Smells so good. It smells really, it has like that cinnamon spice kick to it, and it's nice and strong. It would smell really good for like, you know, holiday sprays or like a cleaning spray around the holidays. Because you know they have all those sprays you can purchase for cleaning and they smell like the holidays. Well, a lot of those sprays, you know, it's like, even if they're saying that they're natural or whatever, like the scent that they're placing in them, a lot of these scents have metals in them, and a lot of these fragrances do, and it's not really good for us to breathe in and have around us. So that's kind of why we're trying to, you know, kind of switch things over a little bit. And there are really great smelling things from the garden to create your own. All right, so up here, this one is thyme. We've got some thyme up here. But thyme is also another great medicinal, so that we can use in tinctures and teas. And teas are a fun thing to make. That's kind of what I've been experimenting with now. And then I'll chop some fresh ginger and just throw it into like an herb mixture, and it is just like so good. And with a little bit of pure honey, oh man, you guys, it is delicious, and it's like a treat too. So down here, this one's the anise hyssop, and it smells amazing. So you either love it or you don't like it. Love it or list it?
Yep, love it or list it.
It is more of that black licorice smell, but I absolutely love that. And if it's too much for you, it's kind of like the scent.
It's potent.
Yeah, you always just use it in small amounts, because a lot of times the scent of it mellows out other scents from plants. So it's almost like that base that you can kind of pick up on, and then it'll almost just have more of like that sweet floral, soft floral sweet smell if you use just a hint of it mixed with other herbs. So as you can see here too with the anise hyssop on the bottom, these are a lot of the seeds that are dropping on the ground. So just know that when you grow anise hyssop, it can spread, and that's with the traditional variety. It'll just spread everywhere, and you'll have tons of volunteers the next year. So you don't, if once you buy anise hyssop once, you don't need to buy it again. If you don't want it to kind of pop up in a lot of spots, then you're gonna want to remove the flower off as soon as the flower is done, because that's where all the seeds come from. And if you only plant one plant and you have a large area you want to fill in with, just plant one plant, and then in that fall, you just shake it a little bit, or take off an old flower and shake that flower around the surface of the soil, and you'll end up with a big bushed area of anise hyssop. It's super easy. We love it. I'll take all the volunteers it gives us because it's one of my favorites. Here's the feverfew here. So we've got a lot of that, so that'll be used in tinctures and infused oils and teas.
Yeah.
Don't forget those
There's
teas.
lots of good benefits with that one.
Yep. So herbs are medicinal. So just like anything, they are a medicine. So you want to be sure that, you know, whatever you're currently taking, if you're on something, or if you have some type of ailment or whatever, that you can kind of mix the two together. Certain herbs too, if you're pregnant, you do not want to consume. So always be aware of that, like when you're using herbs, just because they're plants and, you know, you're just like, oh, they're a plant, they're, you know, they're fine. They carry the benefits and the medicinal properties, and it's real. So it's real medicine. We brought everything back because I'm going to start infusing a lot of oil. So you always want to make sure you're using an oil based on what you plan on using that for. So say you want some stuff for skin products, or say you want some things just for soap. or you know, there's random things, face washes and all of that. So always look into the types of oils that are best. I love using jojoba oil for things that are going to go on my skin. Jojoba oil does carry like a little bit of like a stronger smell. So always keep that in mind, that it may not smell identical to the herb that you're infusing it with, because it does have that underlying scent. But that's okay, because jojoba oil is the closest oil to the natural oil that our own skin produces. So I always actually add jojoba oil already into my moisturizers.
All right, so we're coming over into Toyland here, the other side of the basement. Lana is gonna do something really cool here.
No, Fuzzy!
Fuzzy!
Woo!
Lana.
What's that called, Lana?
An aerial.
An aerial.
Awesome. Good job. Woo!
Wow.
Look at Fuzzy. I want to try. You want to try now? Go ahead, Fuzz. Go ahead. Show us your tricks.
Lana loves silks as well. That's what this is here.
Hey, Mom, you want to help me? Oh,
There.
Okay. So, I'm going to do a water.
Here comes Sayla.
Here comes Sayla.
I'm going to do a waterfall.
Thought we heard somebody running full speed.
So, Satan's going to do something called a diaper drop.
A diaper drop.
Love the term.
It's
of
like
it.
a drop, and at the end, it looks like you're in a diaper. So, it's really weird. Okay. This was the first ever move I got for silk. That won't work. Diaper drop is weird.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
It's really high up. There you go.
Wow.
Woo!
Cool.
And while they play Cirque du Soleil, I like to hang out over here. Yep, so I like it because I got like my little jute ropes here, got my scissors, and here's actually we saved mum flowers. So it was really hard for me to cut off the mum flowers this year, but I love the smell of mums and I wanted to capture that. And so I did dry them first, and I'll tell you what, you guys, it just smells.
Falling about.
Yeah, just click on that smell button below and
Yeah, wouldn't that be cool, huh?
but it smells so amazing. Doesn't that smell good, Sayla? Ew, get out of here. Our drying racks we got on Amazon, so I'll put those links below. But you can also use your window screens. And this is actually what I prefer using when I have a lot of loose flowers. It's a lot easier to just dump your bucket of flowers right on top. So a lot of times I'll just use, you can use anything really, but I'll use just like a couple boxes that we had from a shipment or whatever and just set it on top. But just as long as it's elevated off of the ground. And then I just lay the flowers on top. So like all those mums I dried on a window screen. And it's just something so easy. You can even just put like maybe a couple extra little blocks of wood under it. As long as it's like at least an inch or more off of the ground, that's enough for it to aerate from the top and through the bottom for the air to flow through and allow them to dry. And then once things are fully dry, then you can contain them to allow them to last longer for you with whatever you want to make. That way, whenever you need them, you have them on hand. And this is always just like an easy little, trick. Come here, Sayla. What's your favorite part up here? Huh?
Making the thing with the cheesecloth.
Okay, so Sayla likes making bath teas.
Oh, yeah.
So she will go through and tell them what you do. You tell.
Okay, So basically, what you do is the cheesecloths in here, like they're here. Okay. Thank you. So basically, they're like these little packets, and then you can put all kinds of like herbs in it, and you can put like some essential oils in it and stuff. And you can put some of that in it, and you can like put like any flour bits in it. You can put a little bit of sage in it, maybe if you want.
Yep.
And then after you shut it and then tie it, and then you can use it in the bath.
So for Christmas gifts for the girls' teachers, they made them all bath teas. So you can add Himalayan salt or Epsom salt, depending on if you want to, absorb in the salt or release toxins. So Himalayan salt is more of the releasing in the tub, whereas the Epsom salt is more of the absorbing for sore muscles. They made theirs with the Epsom salt so that way their teachers could relax, and then they added some additional herbs. This is what's so great about the pegboard is that it can go anywhere. You can place things anywhere. Here. And it's child proof, so there you go. These little pouches are actually tea pouches. So you can, they're just cheesecloth, but then once you get everything in there, you can just tighten it and then it encloses it. So this is great for making your homemade teas as well, but for the bath teas, it's really nice. The kids like tinkering too. And then they get like real messy.
It's definitely like craft time for them. I mean,
And
they
that's okay.
love doing crafts. It is. I mean,
It's like, I feel like it's
great.
a way for them to learn to use the garden in a new way. And I think it's awesome that they're learning when I'm learning, because by the time they're my age, they're going to know it. Like it's going to be like second nature to them. They're going to be making their own products. So even though I'm going through this process of doing this, I feel good because I'm teaching and showing them. I'm passing it on. So anything you're learning right now, you're like, oh, I'm already this age and I have to learn this and do this. And look at it as like you're going to be passing that on to the next generation, because these are the skills that really need to be picked up again. And these are skills that when you start at a young age, you get to know really well. And that's why, like for me, gardening comes so easily and so naturally, is because I've been doing it since a baby. So if they're doing it from this age, they're going to be, the next generation teaching their peers about what they're doing and how to do this.
picking out your ingredients there, huh?
Yeah. So we have little ingredient buckets.
There's some right here too.
So we use these little buckets so they can put all the ingredients if that smells good, but then they can crumple them once they're done, and then those go in the little bags.
Yeah.
And now you got more material too, Sayla, because we brought 3 more hangers home.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'll have to clean up later, but
Yeah.
and then they get real quiet, and then they just they're in this focus mode, and then the little tongue comes out like.
Yeah, super concentration mode.
Yeah. So this is my infused white sage, which I used organic avocado oil, and it smells so amazing because I double infused it. So I infused it for 6 weeks, and then I strained it, and then I infused it again with a whole new fresh batch of dried white sage leaves, and now it just smells so good. So it smells so amazing. I put it right on my skin. I don't put this on my face. I actually can easily break out with acne from avocado oil. It likes to clog my pores, so if you want to put it on your face, like I said, using that jojoba oil would be better, but you are going to get that little hint of smell of jojoba oil. What I like about the avocado oil, and this would be great even to use for your soaps and stuff, is that there's really no scent to avocado oil. There is, but there isn't. It doesn't overtake the smell of the plants, and that's what I love about it.
Okay, I'm super excited to smell this too. I haven't had the chance to do so. Oh yeah, that's nice. Wow. That's really good.
Yeah, it smells
That's
like the
really
pure
good.
plant,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Oh, I like that.
The smell is good, but also you're you know, getting all of the property of
Yeah.
that plant, and it's amazing.
It's really cool. I think one of my favorite things about all this is how you can capture. One of my favorite things in the summer when the plants are out there is smelling and absorbing and everything. So I like being able to capture everything and have
Use things
sprays
for
and
it.
things like that that smell exactly how the plant did, but months later or years. I mean, it's just really cool.
Yeah, I love like being surrounded by this, especially this time of year, because you're connecting with the garden inside the home in a whole new way.
Yeah, right.
You're still enjoying that plant.
Yeah, but inside in a whole, like you said, it's just a whole different chapter of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even know that you made that one. I like that.
Yeah, it's relaxing, isn't it?
is.
So open up the cinnamon one over there.
Oh, okay.
It actually smells amazing.
Okay, I'm excited to open this. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Did you say there was honey in there too?
No,
Or-
that's just pure cinnamon.
Wow.
Infused oil, obviously.
Can I smell it?
It's really sweet smelling. It's not too, sometimes for me, cinnamon can be like too overpowering of a smell.
Well, that's because it's a fragrance. When
Yeah.
a fragrance of cinnamon is made, it's made to be almost like overdone, fake. That's real.
Just taking in a deep breath of it too is like, yeah, that's really nice. That's really nice.
Lemon basil she'll want.
Yes.
You gonna make one too, Lana?
Good thing you put the tags in here.
Yeah.
I know. I know. It's
Yeah.
two down. Two down.
Oh.
Right there. Right there. I can see it. Check the tag just in
Uh-huh.
case.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Sayla's gonna grab her little harvest bucket. There you go. Well, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. A little insight as to what I've been up to in the house and what we've all been up to down in the basement this winter so far.